Hello Africans, I'm Stephen Mahasha. Please do not forget to subscribe and to share the audio video with friends, relatives and children. Listen to my next poem. Only schools close and not books. It is a program of the Department of Education to provide educators and learners a respite or a rest from time to time from teaching and learning. Educators and learners are given rest by closing schools for a certain period. However, school closure does not signal a closure of books as well. Acquiring knowledge is a lifelong process. Learning does not have respite or rest. Global COVID-19 pandemic has caused a knowledge gap amongst the learners, which will be very hard to cover or plug. Cognitive development of many learners is very far behind, as most of the schools followed rotational attendance program due to COVID-19 pandemic. Overcrowding in many schools affect teaching and learning adversely. Many learners are undeservedly progressed to the next grades. Therefore, their cognitive developments do not match the grades or the phases they are in. It causes them not to cope with the learning content in those grades or phases. They end up being hard to control in class. They end up finding it hard to concentrate in class, as they cannot fathom or understand, as they cannot cope with the complexity of the learning content in those grades. Educators end up being frustrated by their recalcitrance, as recommended disciplinary measures are ineffective, since corporal punishment is outlawed by the South African Schools Act. Parents should play their role at home. Guardians should play their role at home to ensure that books do not close during school holidays, to ensure that books do not close during weekends, to ensure that learning is perpetual at home, to ensure that the African child does not lag behind both educationally and psychologically. Global COVID-19 pandemic has escalated undesirable situation in education. COVID-19 pandemic has adversely affected education globally. Parents should be role models in reading books. Guardians should be role models in reading books. Encourage children to love books. Learners should minimize gallivanting and form reading clubs and form study groups so that they can develop cognitively. Television, cell phone, and laptops do not replace reading of books. Reduce TV watching, reduce cell phone and laptop usage for pleasure, and cultivate the habit of reading books as well. Beloved learners, books are not monsters. Books are not snakes. Develop the love of reading. Read without being forced. Learn to read voluntarily. Read for pleasure as well. Read as part of your study program, as reading develops critical thinking. Develop a community of readers. Reading, discipline, commitment, dedication, and vision are recipe for success in your studies. I say only schools close and not books. Yes, let us become a community of readers. Reading develops the mind. Reading empowers a man. Reading empowers the nation. Educational developments in the Black nation will perpetually lag behind if we do not take learning very seriously. Books, I say books do not close. Only schools close.